what does the phrase "everyone is you pushed out" really mean? Is there any truth to it? How am I you, your coworker you, your partner you, and yet you are also you? Confusing, right? And what can we do with that knowledge? Let's make sense of it and find out. Welcome to Inner Warrior, where I help pop culture fans overcome life's obstacles and succeed in all aspects with tips and tools to unleash their inner warrior. If you didn't know, the phrase "everyone is you pushed out" comes from the work of Neville Goddard. Neville was a former ballet and ballroom dancer turned American author and self-help lecturer in the 1930s. He was taught by a mystic he calls Abdullah that the Bible should be studied as a psychological drama of the human experience. Neville believed that God is our own wonderful human imagination and that we are all the Creator clothed in flesh experiencing our creation. He states, "Every being in the world is a mask worn by God, for housed in man is man's imagination." Let's use Multiple from X-Men to help illustrate his point. Multiple is able to create duplicates of himself that may have their own experiences, identity, thoughts, and personalities. But at the end of the day, that is still Multiple. And even when Multiple's duplicates are out and about, Multiple is still connected to his duplicates telepathically and empathically. Multiple can reabsorb what he calls his dupes, short for duplicates, and by doing so, Multiple also absorbs their thoughts, knowledge, and experiences. In our case, we'd be the dupes, and the original prime Multiple is what we'd call God. So everyone is a dupe of one being, which means you and I are the same being. So I am you pushed out, as I am technically a dupe pushed out from our prime, which is also technically you. And as we are all telepathically and empathically linked to our prime, we are also linked to one another. So by changing your view of someone, they may be telepathically and empathically pushed to act that way when around you. Or, from a materialist perspective, by viewing someone a certain way, you subconsciously give subjective cues to that other person that makes them react the way you believe they are. This is called the Pygmalion effect in terms of thinking of someone in a positive light, and the Golem effect in terms of seeing them in a negative light. If you feel you've gotten some value from this content, please smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. What's interesting about Neville's belief in the afterlife is that he believed when we die, our awareness awakens in another body and we then continue that body's life. So, according to Neville, when our dupe dies, we then get telepathically transported into the awareness of another dupe, absorbing their personality and memories. We could also get into how Neville's law of attraction, also known as the law of assumption, looks at our desires and what our desires mean, as well as how we attract those desires in future videos. If you haven't already, you can also look at this card that points to a video where I explain how the law of attraction really works from a scientific perspective. Here's the question of the day. Would you like to hear more about Neville Goddard's law of attraction? Leave it in the comments below. Also, there are links in the description for the Neville Goddard Complete Reader book and audiobook so you can learn more about Neville Goddard's law of assumption. Prices may change, so check on them now for the most current prices. Take a look at this playlist where I go over lessons we can learn from various superheroes. Or this playlist if you ever thought about making your own comic.